Hello, everybody.
Welcome back to a surprise guest episode of Off the Shelf.
Yippee!
It's Realm!
I know, this is the first time I'm doing this.
Realm reads.
I do. Believe it or not, I actually read.
You know what's gonna have to happen now?
Huh?
Now that you've read this from me, we're gonna have to post a stream where you're watching me play Elden Ring.
Oh, God. I'm gonna be in so much pain watching Seki play Elden Ring.
Yeah, so Nick Nack and I were filming some other content, and while we were doing that, Realm just sat down and read Elden Ring: The Road to Erdtree Volume 1.
Yeah.
Which I had on my shelf because I had been meaning to have you read it.
Yes.
Because I know you're a big Elden Ring fan.
You don't even understand how many hours I put into this fucking game. Yep. It is insane.
And I personally thought this manga was really fun.
I honestly wish that the manga had as much, or rather the actual game had as much personality with its characters as the manga did. This was great.
I think that's the one benefit of getting, like, sometimes the manga adaptations of games is they can really go ahead and just give the characters personalities.
Right. Like,
you know?
Yeah, that's sometimes, like, because, like, don't get me wrong, like, I like the way that they show things in the game and everything and kind of portray them, but because it is an action RPG and you do sort of kind of fill in your own character, you're not really getting that experience of, like, a fully story, like a handcrafted story experience, because you don't get the same personality because your character's self-insert.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you can come up with your own backstory for your own character if you want to, but you're not really required to do that, and you can play the game in a very meta way where you're doing what's strong in the game, essentially.
Yeah, you know how to win the fastest way possible.
Yeah, you know how to go get your weapons really upgraded, like, super early to destroy the very first boss in a couple of hits. Like, it gets pretty samey after a while, so I do like what they do here with the manga.
As opposed to this poor guy who by the end of this volume still does not have a shirt or pants.
I know, right?
Or shoes.
Okay, but I love the fact that Margit just gives up out of pity for this guy. Like, he just gives him a piece of his cloak, like, tattered. And he gives him the fucking pouch upgrade. It's fucking great.
When the NPC feels so bad for you that they don't fight you and just give you things.
Right.
You know you're in a bad place.
Right. And also, one other thing I really like about this manga, because you don't get this same level of interaction with her, is the... Nick Nack is just absolutely loving one of Seki's cats right now.
This cat is the most spoiled cat in existence.
Indeed.
I hope you're enjoying that noodle.
Anyways, Melina actually takes more of a role in here, and I love it. She's fucking hilarious in this manga.
Yeah, she's, like, in there for, like, a solid chunk.
Whereas you don't really, in the game, you don't really get her in this capacity. Like, honestly, if Melina played a similar role alongside us in the game, I would really like her character a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from that, though, at least if we're just taking the video game into account, my favorite one is actually Ronnie, and she's fucking hilarious here too.
She is really fucking funny.
Yeah. She just fucking calls the Aseo is the name of the character in this manga right here. Just like, you have the fucking worst breath, by the way, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You should raise your vigor. And then Melina's just like, you should raise your vigor. It'll raise your immunity.
I mean, to be fair, dude starts out the manga with no equipment.
Man was a wretch from the beginning.
He has a G-string.
He's got a G-string.
That's
if that. And he stores his fucking crimson flask by putting them on his butt cheeks. So that is canonically in my head now the where things go whenever you decide to start out as a wretch. You just get them attached to your butt cheeks.
Yeah, like, I know that they're trying to tell, like, the story of this man becoming the Elden Lord, but oh man, do you lose every bit of respect that you may have ever had for him within the space of the first volume.
Yeah.
And the art is beautiful.
Yes.
Like,
I love
it's more it's more detailed than I would typically picture manga art to be, but the volumes also come out a lot slower.
Right.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the adaptations of like H.P. Lovecraft that get turned into manga, or the horror by that one horror writer. What's it, the really famous one?
Junji Ito. What?
Yeah, it doesn't come out as often, but when it does come out, it's like the art itself is a lot more detailed.
Yeah, the art here is a bit more on the realistic side of things, I'd say. But it doesn't go into that full uncanny, but it's definitely more realistic and detailed. Like, for example, Blythe here. Like, there's so much detail here in just this one panel with him. You can really, like, make out a lot of the different features that he has that you might not even be able to make out in game fully.
Exactly. And I can admire that. I think it's really interesting to read because of that. And it certainly made me want to play Elden Ring more.
Yeah.
Because I was like, this seems real funky.
Oh, yeah, it's real funky.
Almost makes me want to start like this.
Right. You just
go through the story like this.
Seki starts out as a wretch. Oh, man.
Yeah. I'm allowed a cloak and a sword.
You know, you're not even allowed a cloak and a sword. You start out.
I get that later.
You get butt naked and you get a club.
Yep.
You are going unga bunga at the start.
Oh yeah, unga bunga.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, I think it's a really solid manga adaptation. The art's by Nikichi Tobita.
Yeah.
Hats off to you! Like full round of applause. It was beautiful. And it is based on the Elden Ring stories from Software Inc.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. So, obviously, some very creative liberties were taken with the story, as I expected it to be, but I like what they did with it here. Like, as an Elden Ring fan, I very much enjoyed this, and I can't wait to see more. I'm just sad that the release schedule takes a while, but Volume 2 is supposed to come out next year.
Yeah.
So.
That's what I thought. I was going to say, I don't think it's coming out till 2024.
Yeah, it's... I looked at the Amazon link for it. It's supposed to come out, like, February of next year.
Okay. Well, definitely something I'll be picking up when it does come out. It is a Yen Press publication. So.
Yes. So that is something.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was very fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have some thoughts when Seki does eventually play Elden Ring. Like,
we'll find it. We'll find time.
We'll find time. Maybe there'll be finally a stream day. I know I had Nick Nack post a poll on me wanting to do an Elden Ring stream at some point, and I still want to do that. Watch. We do a stream day, right? And I play for the first, 30 minutes, and everyone screams at me, and then I hand it over to you, and you play for the rest of the time. Oh, God. Yeah. That's, that'll be something.
Yeah. But yeah, so, try harder, everyone, and we'll be back next time.
Yippee!